Weekly betting recap, October 21st through October 27th. And I like doing these videos. Sometimes when we have losing weeks, it's really informative and really a great learning experience. And that's really fulfilling. And I enjoy doing those videos. But man, when you have a winning week, doing these videos are just fantastic. So let's go through this. So October 21st through 27th, 14-5. We had 19 plays and we won 14 of them. That is a plus 16.56 unit week with a 44.2% ROI. The ROI was so good, I put the percentage in there twice. So let's go through the different sports, see what went right, what went wrong. MMA, I am so proud of this plus 2 units. Why? Because this could have been -7. Like me and Jim had talked, we were like, man, I just smell this UFC card stinks. Just put in one play, walk away with 2 valuable units. We avoided so many losers. So that 2 units just means a lot because we laid off a bunch. That doesn't ever show up in the stat sheet, but to be positive on that UFC card, absolutely ecstatic. College football, we did it again, 5% play. We went on a limb, and I used team total was set at 30.5, and they got to 31 with their backup quarterback. So add those 5 units. College football just keeps humming along, 7-2 this year in college football. And nobody thinks of me as a college football guy. Nobody except you guys. NFL, 5-2, plus 5.74 units. So happy with our reads in NFL recently because the beginning of the year was terrible, and we have righted the ship. And NFL is now gone from being a liability to something we're looking forward to. So NBA only had one play, cash it, really nice plus 120 on Bam to not have a 3-pointer. What really made me proud of that one was other people had him to have a 3-pointer. I saw it in free plays and other people's play. So pat on the back to myself for sniffing out that play. So yeah, really love that one. Tennis, Corbin just keeps plugging away at tennis. I'm going to show you a stat here in a little bit that's going to blow your minds. So tennis 2-0 plus 2.5 units. Just those plus 2.5 plus 2 units are so valuable. It doesn't look huge, but man, I'm going to show you guys the numbers about where our bankroll is and why those units are so infinitely valuable. Hockey, we went 1-1, -1 unit. Not too worried about it. Formula One, so proud of Formula One this week. We hit yet another qualifying play. Qualifying parlays in Formula One have been by far our best bet in Formula One this year. The qualifying plays have been great. I was on the fence about putting in Carlos Sainz over Lando Norris for the race. I did put it in, so we grabbed a really a nice unit there. And then cross sports parlay, we went 1 and 2 for minus 3.08 units. Probably had too many parlay pieces in those cross sport parlays. So, but that is the only weak spot that we had this week outside of hockey. So everything went great. Have no complaints. So 2024 totals: 482 units, 482 wins, 311 losses, 60.8% win rate, plus 155.2 units, and an 8.6% ROI. I would tell you guys, I did a consultation call today with Daniel. I'm sure he doesn't mind if I use his name. It was great. We talked for like 20 or 30 minutes, answered a bunch of questions. I got a really good understanding of where he's at in his journey and what his goals are. If you guys are all access clients and you haven't reached out and done a consultation call, please do. It's my gift to you. It's free. As long as you're an all access client, please, I can answer any question. That is absolutely something that we can set up. Just reach out to me in Discord. I thought we just had a really great conversation. And one of the questions that he was asking me about was, what is ROI? So I'll do a little explanation as what is ROI and how can it help you figure out records and such. If you haven't joined the Discord, do that now. Most of you who are watching this have probably done that. If not, join the Discord. A bunch of very knowledgeable people in there. It is a no nonsense Discord. It's not people talking trash. It's not people firing off a million plays. It's people throwing out stats and talking about their bets and their plays, and it's very helpful. It's a very mature Discord, which I know is rare. This week's big play. Hey, we're going back to 5% college football play, and it is going to be the $5 Tuesday play. I mean, we hit it last week, so I don't feel the $5 Tuesday curse anymore. I don't feel the 5% pressure anymore. And to be honest, I like to play this week more than I like the one last week, and I loved the one last week. So we're going to continue pounding away at college football because it has been really, really good. So we're firing away another 5%. Shout outs. NFL department. Like I said, we've really righted the ship. That is now what, 4 weeks in a row profitable in NFL after a pretty bad start to the season. So, and I got to shout out Corbin's tennis plays. I sent him a message. I don't think he even knows this. He's on a 15-1 run in his last 16 plays. He's up 59 units over the last 365 days in tennis. You could be making a ton of money just on Corbin's tennis plays. I hadn't looked at his numbers in a while, but I was like, I can't remember the last time Corbin lost a tennis play. Well, that's because it's been a while. So shout out to Corbin and his incredible tennis run. We always want to recap our goals here. We're trying to turn $1,000 into $1 million. Beautiful goal would be to make 3% per week. We know that's not realistic, but it's something we would like to try. 60% winners long term. That's our goal for the year. We're absolutely up over that mark. And always keep in mind, if we win 60% of the time, it's 31 winning weeks, but that's still 21 losing weeks. That's to be the best in the world. You're going to lose 21 weeks out of the year. So every year that I do these weekly recap videos, 21 times I'm going to get up here and say, guys, we lost this week. But it's nice that this week goes in the win column. So far in 2024, 26 winning weeks, 17 losing weeks. We are right on track where we need to be to do some damage. And here is where our bankroll stands. So we started last August 7th with $10,000. And we always, go back to, listen, we dipped below this 10,000 mark. But as long as you're showing patience and you're willing to go with the ups and downs, we dipped down to this 8,500. In fact, the lowest we got was down to 8,000. And then it went up and up and up. I always mention this legendary run over the summer where we turned a profit 10 winning weeks in a row, but we just couldn't quite break through this $38,000 mark. We'd get there and then just not quite. Well, not only did we get through 38,000, we got through 39,000, we got through 40,000 and just over 41,000. So, listen, when you add 15% to your bankroll and your account's at 36,000, this is where it starts to get really, really exciting. And I know that some of you are starting off with smaller bankrolls, and if you're starting with a few thousand and you're like, I only added 15%, like the money doesn't feel that much. It is just, it's amazing how quickly you can take a small bankroll and make it big. So keep on the journey. As long as we keep hitting these numbers, we're going to make a lot of money in a short period of time. So our $10,000 bankroll last August is now $41,597. Not too many handicappers can say that. So speaking of which, so we were talking about ROI. What is ROI? He was saying, like, I see the units and I don't understand the ROI. So here's what the ROI, obviously it means return on investment. So when you're looking at someone's ROI, this is a really great way to gauge if somebody's win-loss record is nonsense, deceiving, or whatever. So here's what ROI shows you. Let's say you see somebody and they say, well, I have 70 wins out of the last 100 bets. I'm 70-30. But their ROI is like 1.5%. That's a very, very big red flag that they're playing a lot of plays at like minus 300. So you're having to lay huge juice. And they're probably doing that to pad their record. That way they can say, oh, I've hit 70% of the plays. Well, your ROI needs to be up. If you're playing minus 300 on all your plays, then you need to be hitting 90% of your plays. On the flip side, and I will use Brian Leonard from Wager Talk, fantastic NHL handicapper. He plays mostly underdogs. So his win-loss record can be deceiving because he will have a losing record, but be up big units. So out of 100 plays, he may have a record of like 40 and 60. But if his ROI is like 7 or 8%, that means he's playing plus money plays. And the losing record really doesn't mean much because he's cashing in on those plus money plays. So the ROI is a great way. You can't avoid ROI. Like you can't hide behind it. That tells the story. Is your ROI above a certain point? Because there's many different ways to kind of dance around like your units and your this record, like the 60.8%. If our ROI was 2.5, that would not be good. Um, the units can be a little bit deceiving sometimes. If like, okay, we have plus 155.2 units. It's fantastic, legendary, but they're all by making money off of individual plays. There was no huge, like massive, like 200 to 1 play that represents all of these units. So imagine if we hit, like, we just put in a 1% play at 200 to 1 and it hit. Okay. But this plus 155.2 units would be deceiving because that means the rest of our plays was losing 45 units and 50 plays. So our ROI would not look this good. So ROI is kind of the truth serum as to what as a client, what you're getting out of your plays. So what is a really great ROI? Well, 8.6% is a great ROI. I actually didn't even really know, so I read some articles. I think anytime you're over 5% ROI in sports betting, you should be profitable and you should be pretty good. So there are several people, and I know them on Twitter. They will only ask a handicapper about ROI. They won't. I don't care what your record is. I don't care what your units are. What's your ROI? Because your ROI really, really does tell the story. So that's what ROI is, and that's we had that conversation on a consultation call today. So if you got any questions, leave them in the comments or reach out to me on Discord. Again, if you want to set up a consultation and you're an all access client, Wager Talk, please reach out to me. Happy to do it. So that's going to do it. Let's hope we have another winning week. Go grab that 5% play if you haven't already, and we'll see everyone later. Bye.